And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Here we go. 12, fellas. Here we go.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. On first down, here's Breida. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. The tackle made there by Harrison Smith.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And that is incomplete.
As my dad used to tell me all the time, when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on 3rd downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion.
Here we go.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Hey, dude. Get ready.
They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. Completes it to Samuel. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And this crowd into it early. Their guys stand tall on the opening drive of the football game. The NFL on EA Sports has come to the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Seattle Seahawks. Dan Bailey now to put the ball in the air, and we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
work on it so much. You work on it so hard, but it's tough to simulate game speed in practice, and that often runs you into a penalty.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. They'll run with Marshawn Lynch. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now Lynch. 3 yards is the pickup, but it leaves them still needing 11 here on 3rd down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Right there. Good job right there.
On 3rd down, Wilson. He's going to let this one go deep. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. David Moore, 76 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Not a bad way to start it.
And I think that was part of their script, because so many teams script their opening possessions, and whether it's just that possession or even deeper into the half, sometimes it's 15 to 30 plays. That had to be one in there where they call a shot play. Go for the big one, and they got it done.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Cousins gives way to Cook. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, we got to get the stop here, D. Switch. Hey, yo. Jim.
Now Cook. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the 1st.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10.
He's checking crack. Black.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Hey, alert. Bravo. Gun.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch out.
To throw is Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
Rush in. Rush in.
Leave it. Bring up 48. Check.
Check hot route. Hot. Tighten up. Check nickel.
Wait, hot.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. 4th down now after a loss of 2. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. Would be ideal.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. A run here with Lynch. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. First down, the run with Lynch. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him.
But no takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. From the gun, it's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Wide, get wide. Switch. Check 26. Kill. Kill.
Wide.
Shit.
They start the drive with Cook. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Undercrush. Check 99.
On 2nd down, it's Cook. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Good route here. Where's the hot?
Mike's 56. And here we go.
Hey, Haywood.
Drop the pass. Shift. Alert flare.
Where's that?
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. And he's able to find Diggs. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 17 yards, 1st down, Vikings. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. In on the stop, Bradley McDougald. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
That's it, baby.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Joker.
1st down, here's the run with Cook.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down.
Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some. Here we go. Check 24. Check 24.
Now a run with Cook. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
He's checking. Crash. Watch safety green.
They'll run on 1st down. Cook. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Hey, receiver.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56.
First. Hey, exit.
I smell fear in that offense. Shoot.
Gun.
Deuce. Check.
On 2nd and a couple. Cousins. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this 1st half. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal.
We ain't beginning to turn you up. Don't get nervous. Kill.
They'll run with Cook. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the 1st half. On 2nd and goal, Cook waiting in the backfield all alone.
No. Check.
They get it to him running left. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, as the first half is winding down, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
I don't think it's any state secret to know what they were saying before the start of this drive. Let's go and punch one in the end zone and go into the halftime feeling a heck of a lot better about ourselves. Let's go get this done.
Yeah, tie things up, and then you got a brand-new ball game. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. And that'll set them back 5.
Let's go, Forrest. Let's go.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. He's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. And an alley to run. And all the way down to the 26. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Oh, he's got some breathing room. How about a 39-yard pickup? They'll take it.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss. But with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the Vikings' 13-yard line.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks have taken the lead.
How about that touchdown, partner? If you blinked, you probably missed it. I looked away for just a second, and they were in the end zone.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 14-7. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the carry, it's Cook. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Hey, Steamer. Lucky 50.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Jahan, 180.
Check 56. Here we go.
Here we go, 48. X3, 218, chopper.
Kill. Check. Crunch.
Hey, flipper.
Go. Hatchet.
Gun.
Switch. Jam.
One touch.
3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. Running for it, here's Cook. And he will have the 1st down as he gets this to the 47. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. Remember, that was 4th and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and 4th and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's that 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? You just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make the right play call and get everyone into the right spot and win at the line of scrimmage? That's what they did there.
Cousins, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney, his 2nd sack of the night.
And that's the 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Gun.
Banjo. 56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah.
3rd and long for Cousins. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Here's Britton Colquitt now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but it's still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Backed up now from their own 4 as they come up 2nd down. Now this time he'll look to throw. And he's going to let it go deep. And incomplete here. So a little razzle-dazzle on that one. But they couldn't hook up, and it's 3rd down.
But it's not been the best game for him. But he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete. But you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going. And no forward progress here. This is going to be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's put him on the bus. Two.
To throw, Cousins setting up the screen for Cook. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here. I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who have had the receivers on lockdown.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Lynch. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. They'll keep pounding here with Lynch. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On second down now, it's Lynch. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
And it's third down.
The last 2 plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. Throwing now is Wilson. Steps away to his left. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it. I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more.
A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's second down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes us 2nd and 9. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Switch. Check 26. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Shift.
On second down, Cook. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
First and 10 at the 32.
Line out. Hey, Steve 6. Leave it. Bring up 48. Undercrunch.
Check 99. Alert 3.
Hey, flipper.
Shift.
They run again on first down. Cook. Oh, what a move. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Now Cousins. He's going to let it fly. It's caught at the 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Adam Thielen with time running out. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. Here's Bailey now for the extra point. And the lead is now 2.
Makes the score Vikings 16, Seahawks 14.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Set. 18. Let's go now. 50, plant.
And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout.
On the ready.
55. Hey, eat. Let him know. Let's go.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Vikings are going to win this football game. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, little insult to injury here late in the game. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will push the lead up to 5. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good 3-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Well, they were a little too excited to get the football, touched it before it went 10 yards.
And that's so difficult, isn't it? Because sometimes you can just take a bad hop and veer into your lane or into your body. In this case, though, they touched it before 10. Illegal touching is the call.
And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. So that'll set the offense back 5, make it 1st and 15. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.